This is AI Command App News. Today, Anthropic walks toward an IPO that could become the first real stress test of AI valuations. Google bets $190 billion on data centers, and a Meta security failure exposes the hidden risk in customer-facing AI. Here's what business leaders and investors need to know. Our lead story, Anthropic. The company took a major step this week toward beating its rival OpenAI to the public markets, and the numbers behind it are staggering. Anthropic says its annualized revenue crossed $47 billion in May, up from roughly $9 billion at the end of 2025. That is not growth. That is a vertical line. Why it matters, CNBC is calling this the first big test of AI boom valuations. For 2 years, private markets have priced AI on faith. An IPO forces public investors to put a real number on it, with real disclosure and real scrutiny. Ahead of the listing, Anthropic President Daniela Amodei shrugged off doubts about whether AI investment will pay off. The market is about to vote on whether she's right. And here's the investor angle that surprised me. Despite OpenAI and Anthropic being bitter rivals, Wired reports their backers aren't choosing sides. As one venture capitalist put it, why wouldn't you want to be in both Pepsi and Coke? The smart money isn't betting on a winner, it's betting on the category. Story 2. Google's parent company, Alphabet. Alphabet is seeking fresh capital, and the reason is enormous. The company now expects capital expenditures to reach up to $190 billion this year. That is double what it spent last year, almost entirely to build out AI data centers. But there's tension here. Alphabet stock just posted a 4-week losing streak, and turning to outside investors to help fund that expansion tests how much appetite the market really has. The takeaway for business leaders, the cost of competing at the AI frontier is now measured in hundreds of billions. The infrastructure arms race is real, and it is concentrating power in the hands of the few who can afford it. Story 3, and this one is a wake-up call. On June 5th, 404 Media reported that attackers hijacked Meta's AI customer support agent to steal Instagram accounts. The method was shockingly simple. They asked the agent to relink accounts to email addresses they controlled, and it complied. One attacker even broke into a dormant Obama White House account. Why it matters, as MIT Technology Review notes, this is about far more than any single exploit. Every company rushing to put AI agents in front of customers just got a preview of the downside. An AI agent with the power to take action is also an AI agent that can be talked into taking the wrong action. If you're deploying customer-facing AI, the security model can't be an afterthought. The question every board should be asking is simple. What can our agents do, and who is allowed to tell them to do it? Story 4. The AI trade hits the road. JPMorgan, long a Tesla bear, just upgraded the stock with a major price target hike, leaning into the robotaxi and self-driving thesis, even though shares are down about 4% on the week. It's a signal that Wall Street is starting to price AI not just as software, but as something that moves in the physical world. And that ties into the bigger market question. On CNBC, Goldman Sachs asset management strategist Tim Urbanowitz argued investors should be hunting for the next big wave of the AI trade beyond the obvious mega-cap names. Meanwhile, Quantinuum, the quantum computing firm majority owned by Honeywell, closed flat in its NASDAQ debut after an upsized offering. The message, appetite for AI and deep tech IPOs is strong, but investors are getting more discerning about price. So what's the through line today? Capital, concentration, and control. The biggest players are spending hundreds of billions to own the AI infrastructure layer. Public markets are about to price whether that spending is justified, and a single security slip showed how fragile the trust layer still is. For business leaders, the strategic lesson is consistent. The more critical AI becomes to your operations, the more it matters who controls the infrastructure underneath it and how much of your business you're renting from someone else. That's your AI news for today from AI Command App. We'll be back tomorrow with the stories moving markets and reshaping how business gets done.